evening, everybody. Welcome to the Spokes Autumn Public Meeting, and we've chosen a very appropriate night for transport, cycling and climate, given the weather. But you might be interested to know that we did our autumn traffic count very recently, and it was a very, very wet morning. And we did find that cycling was down 10% on the previous November. However, interestingly enough, cars, which we also count, were down almost as much. So we don't know whether everyone stayed in bed, but it certainly removes the thought that all cyclists immediately hop into a car once it starts raining. So I'd like to start by thanking Edinburgh University Department of Social Responsibility and Sustainability for providing this excellent venue for our meeting, and also for providing free tea and coffee. And if you've saved some money through doing that, you can always give us a donation on your way out of the Spokes store. I'd also like to thank the Spokes volunteers who've organised tonight's meeting, especially Martin McDonnell, wherever he's hiding away, who's done the lion's share of the work for tonight. Now, Spokes has never promoted cycling solely for its own sake. We've always seen cycling as part of a sustainable transport strategy. And if you look at our formal objectives, which are on the website, you'll see that phrase there, part of a sustainable transport strategy. Of course, there are other aspects as well, social inclusion, public health, etc. But as far as tonight is concerned, it's the sustainable aspects that we're particularly interested in. And with the big International Paris Climate Summit coming up, we decided that along with hundreds or thousands of other organisations in Scotland and around the world, Spokes should also do its bit. So we've done a couple of things. In the Spokes Bulletin, which most of you will have seen, we've got a climate transport cycling supplement in the middle, and we've got tonight's meeting on the same topic. And we hope that when we go away this evening, we'll all be able to take thoughts linking climate transport and cycling, which we can possibly use in our own individual lives and ourselves as employees within workplaces and within other organisations. So we've got three excellent speakers this evening. First, Alison Johnstone, MSP, who is a co-convener of the Scottish Parliament cross-party cycling group, and of course she's also a long-standing Spokes member, which we're delighted about. And Alison will be talking about climate transport and cycling in the Scottish context. Then we've got Dave Gorman, who is the director of Edinburgh University's quite new and I believe very innovative Department of Social Responsibility and Sustainability. I've not heard of another university department anywhere with a title like that. But we hope that from Dave's talk, you'll be able to take away some thoughts about what other workplaces, possibly where you work, could do in terms of integrating sustainability into their actions, and particularly promoting of cycling in the workplace. And then finally, Tom Ballantine, who is the Director of Stop Climate Chaos Scotland, will be telling us about the Paris Summit and what's happening in Scotland leading up to that, and what we can do about it. Following the three speeches, we're going to have a question and answer session with the panel at the front, and Kirsty Lewin is going to be chairing that. Kirsty is a trustee of Sustrans UK, and she's also got strong personal interests in transport, cycling and climate. So she's an ideal person to chair that session. The three speakers very kindly agreed to be videoed, and so in a few days' time there'll hopefully be a report of this meeting on the Spokes website, and you'll be able to look at videos of the speeches. But we decided we're not going to video the question and answer session. So that means anyone who's got something controversial to say can just hold on till the Q&A session. That's about all I was going to say. We've given the speakers each 15 minutes, so I hope they'll stick to roughly that, so that we have a good long time for questions and discussion. Thank you very much. So I'll now pass over to Alison.